Coming up today on News Valdosta, the latest findings in the Kendrick Johnson case.
And a Valdosta man gets life for rape.
Shelby Mitchell will give us a look at the weather, and Brad Covert has our local sports. News Valdosta starts right now. Welcome to this Thursday edition of News Valdosta. I'm Morgan Osborne.
And I'm Nicole Andrews. Justice for KJ is a phrase well known to the community of Valdosta. After rallying for several months, the family of Kendrick Johnson finally got their wrist for a second autopsy. Now, CNN has uncovered new evidence in that case with the release of a 15-minute video and 700 photos taken by the sheriff's office. A former FBI agent, now a private investigator, says the death of the Lowndes High student was not an accident. Federal prosecutors in Georgia are now deciding if a separate investigation is necessary. CNN's Victor Blackwell has more.
It's the only video shot inside the Lowndes High School gym the day 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson was found dead, and with his parents' approval, we're showing it for the first time. Lowndes County, Georgia investigators say Kendrick's death was a tragic accident, that he climbed onto these rolled gym mats to reach for this shoe at the center of one mat, slipped, got stuck upside down, and died. County officials say the blood in this photo spilled after Kendrick's heart had stopped pumping hours after he had died. But Kendrick's parents say the photo and the video show something else.
There's enough evidence to show that Kendrick was murdered.
CNN has exclusively obtained the 15-minute video and nearly 700 photos of the scene taken by Lowndes County investigators. And for the first time, Kendrick's parents, Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson, are ready to look at them, including these pictures of orange and black gym shoes investigators found just yards from Kendrick's body.
Did these shoes belong to Kendrick?
No.
When you look at these shoes that were at the scene, what stands out to you?
The blood on the shoe.
But investigators say tests show the stains are something other than blood, so the shoes were not collected as potential evidence.
I don't understand why.
CNN took the photos to independent private investigator and former FBI special agent Harold Kopis. If you were on this scene, would this have been something you would have left?
No. Bag and tag.
There's no indication investigators ever even looked for the owner of the shoes or this hooded sweatshirt found a few feet from Kendrick's body.
And if you look real close, there's something on this particular cuff. And then the question is, was it blood? Did you test it?
According to the crime lab report, no.
They know something happened in that gym, and they don't want it to come out.
For the Johnsons, there's no stronger indicator than this photo. It's of what appears to be blood dripping down a wall. Here's what Lowndes County Lieutenant Stride Jones told CNN about that wall in May.
And we tested it, and it was blood. Now, we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, whose blood was it?
Did you ever find out who it was or any involved?
No, as of now, we haven't, no. But okay. It doesn't appear to be related to our crime in any way.
What do you think about the decision not to test it further?
You can't explain it. If you're running the crime scene, then you're going to say that's potential evidence. Obviously, we're going to check this out and find out who does it belong to.
This is an athletic gym. I mean, obviously, this is where they conduct various athletic classes and instructions at.
A kid couldn't have scraped their knee or arm or something and got that much blood on the wall.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 impacts.
The opinion of our crime scene personnel, after looking at it closely, the blood appeared as if it had been there for an extended period of time. It didn't appear to be very fresh.
School gym. There is no way that they would allow whoever was supposed to clean this gym to leave that blood on that wall.
And there's the question, why was there no blood where they expected to see lots of blood? Remember the photo of that shoe investigators say was inches below Kendrick's head? Look at it again.
If he was inside the mat, reaching for that shoe, inside this tube reaching for the shoe, and the shoe is beneath him. Why isn't that shoe covered with blood?
And what do you think about that shoe not being covered with blood? Do you?
It was placed there.
Hey, Sheriff Ryan. Hi. Victor Blackwell, CNN.
Chris Prime.
The Sheriff's Department has denied a cover-up, but we took the Johnsons' concerns to Lowndes County Sheriff Chris Prime.
Got some questions about the Kendrick Johnson case.
I'm not going to discuss that with you.
Why not, sir?
Because our case is closed.
The family has some concerns about why some things were not taken into evidence. There was blood on the wall.
Discuss the case with you.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to.
Then, less than a minute after he'd invited us in,
What did you not understand that I said? I'm through talking to you.
he ushered us out.
Thank you, Sheriff Prime.
I don't believe this was an accident. I think this young man met with foul play.
The Justice Department is reviewing the pictures and the video to decide if it'll launch a federal investigation into Kendrick's death. But for Kendrick's father, the evidence is clear.
Someone murdered him. They should be in jail. They are covering it up. They should be in jail.
And there's still another new revelation. Investigators say the boy's internal organs are missing. Dr. Bill Anderson is the private pathologist hired to perform a second autopsy on Kendrick Johnson. Upon opening the teen's remains, the brain, heart, lungs, and liver, and every organ from the pelvis to skull were gone. Instead, the body was stuffed with old newspapers and department store circulars. Prior to the second autopsy, 2 entities had custody of the body. Lowndes Sheriff Chris Prine refused to discuss the matter with CNN, calling the teen's death a closed case. After performing a second autopsy, Anderson disagrees with the state autopsy's findings and concludes Kendrick Johnson died as a result of unexplained, apparent, non-accidental, blunt force trauma.
Ben Crump, a Tallahassee lawyer best known for his association with the Trayvon Martin case, has joined with South Georgia's C.B. King as part of the legal team representing the family of Kendrick Johnson. Crump worked immensely on the Trayvon Martin case and will now be dedicating his time to fight for the justice for KJ. This Saturday, in celebration of Kendrick Johnson's birthday, the family will hold KJ Day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Valdosta's J.W. Saunders Park.
In other news, 60-year-old Carter Arnold of Valdosta has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. He was charged with molestation, aggravated sexual battery, and rape. Arnold represented himself in the case involving the 13-year-old victim. District Attorney Meredith Brasher called the girl's bravery during the trial truly phenomenal after being cross-examined by her abuser. Arnold has already served a 36-year sentence in Fulton County for murder.
Military officials say 2 servicemen assigned to Fort Benning in Columbus were killed during an attack in Afghanistan. The Department of Defense identified the 2 soldiers as 25-year-old Sergeant Patrick C. Hawkins and 24-year-old Private First Class Cody J. Patterson. Authorities say that Hawkins and Patterson were among 4 soldiers killed by enemy forces on Monday. Both were assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment at Fort Benning.
Coming up, Albany police are investigating an early morning shooting.
And the 19th annual Kids Fire Safety event is now underway. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion. I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness. I like balance.
That's why I chose
Division II.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Albany police have confirmed that a man was shot while riding his bicycle in East Albany early this morning. 18-year-old Prentice Davis told police he was on his bike around 12:30 this morning when a vehicle pulled up next to him. A man then jumped from the vehicle and began firing a weapon, hitting Davis in the stomach. Police say the vehicle involved may be either a brown or silver Ford Taurus. Police say it's unclear how many people were inside the car. Davis was taken to Phoebe Putney Hospital, where he was admitted for surgery. No arrests have been made, and the hospital officials have not released his condition.
In 2005, when preparing a series on the Holocaust, Valdosta State University history professor Louis Smear asked George Agan to share the story of his experience in World War II. After 60 years of silence, the retired U.S. Army corporal of the 1,269th Combat Engineers of Company B agreed to speak to the professor's class of his haunting memories. Since 2005, Agan has given his Holocaust presentations 42 times, including at the university, area schools, in the temple, and other public forums. Recently, he spoke to a Valwood class. Teachers Valley Blanton and LaVie Marshall stated that the students were especially moved by his memories of the concentration camps, and there were many tears in the students' eyes. Yesterday, he celebrated his 88th birthday.
The Albany Civic Center was packed yesterday morning with hundreds of elementary school students from all over South Georgia. The Albany Fire Department hosted its 19th annual Kids Fire Safety event. The firefighters and 911 operators held a battle of good versus evil to make learning a little more fun. The Firestarter gang went up against the Fire Prevention Justice League, in which the superheroes prevailed and the students walked away with life-saving information. State Fire Marshal Dwayne Garris noted there have been 92 fire deaths this year in Georgia. That's way higher than average. This year's theme is Safe Cooking, Kitchen Fire Safety.
Second Harvest of South Georgia is asking the community to participate in Make a Difference Day 2013. Second Harvest will be hosting two events, one at their Thomasville branch on October 19th and the second at their Valdosta branch on October 26th. Make a Difference Day is a national community service day sponsored by USA Weekend Magazine and Points of Life. Volunteer projects will last around 2 to 3 hours and are said to be suitable for individuals, families, and groups. To register, visit www.feedingsga.org.
Up next on News Valdosta, Shelby Mitchell will give us a look at the weather.
And Brad Colvert will bring us the best in sports. All this and more when we come back, so stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer.
Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Nicole Andrews.
And I'm Morgan Osborne.
The humidity has dropped off and it's really feeling good outside now. Let's check in with the weather anchor, Shelby Mitchell, and see if that'll stay around. Shelby?
Thanks, Nicole. Taking a look at your local weather for today, we've had some cool mornings the past 2 days, but don't let those cool temperatures fool you. We will be seeing some warmer weather later today with an expected high of 85 degrees and clear skies with no chance of rain. Tonight, we can expect those cool temperatures to return with an expected low of 57 degrees and still no chance of rain. Tomorrow will look a lot like today, sunny and no chance of rain. We can expect cool temperatures in the morning, but then a high of 85 degrees. The predicted UV index for today is 8, which is very high. Be sure to take precautionary measures when outdoors by applying plenty of sunscreen if you're planning to be in the direct sunlight for an extended period of time. For all you allergy sufferers out there, the pollen count for today is low, but watch out if you suffer from ragweed, chenopod's, because those are the predominant pollens for today. That's a look at our local weather. Back to you at the news desk.
Coming up next, sports anchor Brad Covert gives us a rundown on local sports, so don't go away.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Welcome back. Let's see what's happening in the world of local sports with sports anchor Brad Covert. What's going on, Brad?
It's that time of the year again. Valdosta versus Lowndes. The biggest game of the year is tomorrow. Shelby Mitchell has more for us.
The Lowndes High School Vikings are ready for the 2013 Winnersville Classic. The team focused on offense early on in the practice, showing a strong passing game. The Vikings also proved they can run the ball and will treat this game no different from any other. With a strong senior class, the Vikings hope to repeat last year's outcome. Coach McPherson is entering his 12th Winnersville Classic and explained what his defense has worked on throughout the week.
We got against Moultrie, they ran the ball pretty good on us, so we've got to get better in that area, and that's something we've been working on real hard. So I feel like our kids are ready to go.
The second half of practice focused on onside kicks and extra point field goals. The Vikings also wanted to be sure their hands team is ready for the Valdosta Wildcats. Sophomore quarterback Austin Dixon explains what this game means to him.
It means a lot, It's something you look forward to since, you're growing up. It's something game you've always gone to, and it's a dream finally getting to play in it. So it feels good. I'm looking forward to it.
The Vikings finished practice with a few offensive adjustments and are ready to face their opponents.
Hey, one team on three, one left team on team. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it.
Come out to Martin Stadium tomorrow night at 8 p.m. to support your local teams. With two powerful offenses, it's sure to be a great game. With News Valdosta, I'm Shelby Mitchell.
In other high school news, Valdosta Valwood High School moves to an impressive 5-0 record after this week's blowout win, taking down Sherwood Christian 43-7. This was their first region win of a very promising start to their season. Tomorrow, they'll take on Terrell Academy at home. Kickoff is set for 7:30. The Valdosta State University Blazers continue their season tonight at West Alabama. Kickoffs at 7:30. The Blazers, defending their national title this year, remain undefeated after their homecoming win this past week against Florida Tech. They put on a show, 52-14. The Blazers' offense generated 416 yards that game, absolutely dominating Florida's defense. Earlier this week, sports reporter Josh Harrell showed us just how popular bow hunting is in South Georgia. But you don't have to be a hunter to enjoy the sport of archery. As local school kids are learning, Morgan Osborne has the story.
At one time, it was common for archery to be taught in physical education classes. Now, several years later, archery is making its way back into classrooms throughout the country. National Archery in the Schools program was developed to improve students' motivation, attention, and attendance. A local outdoor store, T3 Outdoors, is partnering with NASP to provide these schools with the equipment they need to get started.
This is the Genesis bow. This is the bow that the young shooters in the NASP program are shooting with. It's versatile, yet simple enough to learn the fundamentals of archery.
Hahira, Pine Grove, and Lowndes Middle are just a few of the schools that will participate in this program for the first time. According to the National Safety Council, archery is safer than almost every ball sport offered in schools.
The program is set up to be very safety-oriented, very disciplined. The DNR set up a program where we go through an 8-hour training course. They come down and provide us with all the materials, and then we go through the exact training that we put our kids through as far as the curriculum goes.
T3 Outdoors is looking forward to working with NASP to get the youth more involved in the outdoors. More information about this program can be found at their website, naspschools.org. With News Valdosta, I'm Morgan Osborne.
When we come back, we'll take a look at harmful disease that could be affecting someone you know.
And the new study might help you keep your pet healthy and trim. Stay tuned.
Give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Welcome back again. Your aquarium can be the source of skin infections. Delayed diagnosis and treatment of a skin infection linked to a contaminated water in home aquariums is common, according to a new study. Mycobacterium marinum infection occurs when bacteria in the non-chlorinated water of an aquarium enters an open skin wound on the arm or hand. The study included 5 patients, aged 43 to 72, who were treated over a 10 period for M. marinum infection at the Henry Ford Health System in Detroit. Skin biopsies were performed on the patient to confirm the infection. The incubation period before skin lesion appeared ranged from 11 days to 56 days. Antibiotic treatment was effective in all the patients, but it took an average of 161 days from the time they first saw a doctor to the time the treatment was given. So be careful the next time you clean your fish tank.
Is your pet overweight? Pets who are too heavy are prone to many of the same maladies that plague humans who are obese. A study from the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, or APOP, shows that 53% of household adult dogs in the U.S. are overweight. APOP is made up of dedicated veterinarians and veterinary healthcare personnel who are committed to making the lives of dogs, cats, all other animals, and people healthier and more vital. Yesterday was National Pet Obesity Awareness Day, and today the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention wants you to perform a routine examination on your pet.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Nicole Andrews.
And I'm Morgan Osborne. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.